Hello, welcome to Real Reds Talk. My name is Sam. I'm joined by Chivy for the Manchester United versus Bournemouth review. Manchester United just managed to get a 1-0 victory over Bournemouth. Almost yet, maybe a 1 point away from securing top four. Um, Not the greatest game of football I've seen. There was a couple of opportunities where I was breaking it, but yet again another 1-0 win. Chivy, give us before we get into any details and plays, just give us your immediate thoughts on that game.
Um, Frustrating, man. Absolutely frustrating. Like, I'm glad this is like the end of the season because if we had to rely on these guys going forward, like we just don't have any goals. There's
Yeah,
no goals. Defensively we're sound. We just can't put games away, and you know, we got like the hair came through for us
yeah,
because there was two chances where it could have easily gone in, and it came through for us. Before the game, I would have said I'll take a point, so I'll take a win. Because, I don't care about the performance, but when you watch that, like you have to. Do you know what I mean? Like
oh,
usually I'll just be like, yeah, just give me the points. I don't care about. But yeah, when you watch that performance, especially when we get the goal in the ninth minute, and then we drag this game till the end, it's like it's just painful. I was so upset, but yeah, overall, I'm happy with the win. I think we just need a point now.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. It's a shame. Like it was looking like Liverpool were going to drop points, and we were all going to secure top
Ah,
four. And I
yeah.
thought we've got it done early, and then obviously Liverpool 89th minute equaliser, possibly winning, but they've managed to draw against Villa, which not the best result, but not the worst either, considering we've won. But we'll concentrate on our game for now. Yeah, I was watching that game and just going. There was no, there was a couple of opportunities where I was like, okay, there could be something there, but there was nothing where I was like, we should have buried that chance or we should have absolutely scored there. There was just a few sort of opportunities and stuff. We'll get into individual players later. When we scored the sort of goal in the ninth minute, were you expecting, okay, we're just gonna put these guys to the sword now and it'll be game done? Did you expect the game we ended up getting like afterwards?
No, I mean, I didn't expect us to go on and win 5-0 or 6-0 or
No, no, no.
anything.
But
But
did you expect us to
yeah,
like put it to bed? Like,
yeah, I thought we could get one more. Just a standard 2-0 win would have done it, and I thought we could get one more and then just be comfortable. And you could see that the goal actually bred some confidence in the players. Casemiro really picked up.
yeah, he did.
There were a lot of players, but then it was always just like the final, but it was the decision making that just let us down. Other times it was the movement of players. Other times it was just our attackers just being absolute, you know, pants really.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's literally what it was. I mean, at some point it was like we are playing. I remember watching the game. I was like, "Is Sancho playing?" Like,
he
I
might as
was
well.
like,
He might as well just sort of sat on the bench for all I care
"Yeah."
because I
I was
didn't
like,
see
"Is
him do anything.
is he playing? Like, what is he doing?" I mean, even if you're not, but yeah, we'll go into individual players later. But like, yeah, I expected us to at least kick on, score maybe one or two more, and just be comfortable. You know. But
Yeah,
yeah, it is what it is.
yeah. Like I was the same with you. Like when I did the preview with Nick and stuff, I was like, I don't care if it goes in off the arse of the referee. I don't care if it's a goal line scramble and we roll it across the thing by someone's like forehead. I don't care. 3 points. That's what I care
Yeah,
about. But much like you, I was like, there's an opportunity. Like this Bournemouth side are not good. Like
yeah,
they're okay. Like they have, I suppose, elements where they can be good, but for the most part,
yeah,
they're an awful team. We should be putting teams like this like down easily.
yeah, yeah,
And our front line just didn't perform. Like you said, Jadon Sancho. We'll touch on Jadon Sancho. I do not see how he gets start after start after start after start when Garnacho is sat on the bench. And I know sometimes Garnacho doesn't always perform when he starts, but I fail to see how much less of an impact he would have than Sancho playing. I really do. I struggle.
yeah. No, yeah. I get that. But then sometimes I can see why he'd bring Garnacho on later. Just if the game needs a lift,
Yeah.
sort of just bring him in. Because like if we start with Garnacho, then we have nothing coming off the bench. Like we're fucked. Because then, like, then
But
would have to bring Sancho one later.
but then our left hand side is non-existent for the entire game until Garnacho comes on.
Yeah, I mean, I could see what Sancho was trying to do in certain times, but then just when he's most needed in the final third. And to be fair, like there were times when Sancho actually had the ball and he was trying to drive in, and I could just see like four Bournemouth players and then none of our players around him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, what's he gonna do anyway? But like, we really need attackers in the summer. Like we really need to change this team. And you guys know me. I'm as Martial FC as can
Yeah.
be. Like I am King Martial FC, but mate, like
Offered nothing, did he? He did. He offered nothing.
bro,
Literally
I'm
nothing.
winning. I'm winning. Like I'm shouting at this guy, like, bro, I'm fighting your corner here. Like, give me something, you know,
I
to
saw
hold
there
on.
was the commentator said at the start he hasn't scored in consecutive games for 3 years.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't care. Just
Like,
give me something. I don't need. Yeah, you don't always have to score. Like, just give me something. Like, even Kane, when Harry Kane doesn't score, he's impacting the game. He's
yeah.
influencing the game. Top strikers do that. You don't always
Well,
have to
that's
score.
like
Then,
Spurs. Spurs
yeah,
capitulated to Brentford today, but Harry Kane got an important goal.
that's what I'm saying. So
Like,
you don't always have, but just influence the game, or just let the game flow through you. Put players in, or and he was just moving a bit. He looked a bit leggy. I don't know if it's still the injury thing. I really don't know.
do you think his confidence is shot? Do you think he's just got?
No, Marshall has bugs of confidence, but I think it's also it could be confidence. It could just be like a mental block among the players. Maybe they're just mentally. Because to be fair, like they just look. There were times when Bruno was just out of ideas, and I was screaming like,
How many times did he fall over? By the way, what was
Bruno.
happening with him? Like he slipped about 4 times.
And there were times when he could have played a player in,
Yeah.
or like towards the end when De Gea made this amazing save from Kiefer Moore. Then we're on the counter. Bruno has the ball. He's driving in. Anthony is on the left. Us on the right hand side. Someone else is on that. There's two players. Like he has a choice, right? He slows down and then just takes a shot. And this, in my head, I'm like, this guy's just mentally tired. Like he's so tired. Like
The
so,
only
those are the kind of things that were frustrating me. If the pass isn't on and you're far off the the post, there's no need to shoot. Just keep it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just keep
keep it. We're
possession.
almost.
Just keep
Just
possession.
keep it. Why are you blasting it? So it's like, yeah. So I know we're going on about Martial and Sancho, but man, Bruno today,
Yeah,
like,
he
we
was
really needed.
bad. He was
He was
bad.
shit today, man. His decisions were just crap. Like, but I'm happy anyway. When we go into the individual players, and but I'm just happy that some players really stepped up. Like Casemiro stepped up today.
Finally, finally.
He's back.
We'll
He's back,
touch on
man.
Casemiro. There's a couple of comments. I'll just read this out. Ashley Dallo, Casemiro is back. Varane is back. We need Ericsson back and Anthony on the bench.
Yeah,
Shah Sam, how many passes did Sancho complete? Seemed like all of them did not. Yeah, he
yeah.
was not great today.
Agreed.
And
Agreed.
Mark Rowley, we needed that. Get result Thursday and we can rest everyone for the cup final. Yeah, hopefully Thursday we can
True.
just sort of put this to bed and then we can chill Sunday against Fulham. Um, yeah, let's go into individual players. So we'll start with the positives. Casemiro. I thought Casemiro was absolutely excellent today. Not he wasn't he's the best that he's been when he's been absolutely world class, but he was so much better than he has been the last few games. Didn't get a yellow, which absolute bonus, and scored an amazing goal, like out of nowhere, like that ball in from Ericsson. It was touched on by the defender, and he almost bicycle kicks it over the back of him into the back of the
Yeah.
net with a bunch of power,
Yeah.
and he was clearing up sort of defensive messes. He was involved in sort of attacks and passing forward. I thought he had a really, really good game and probably was one of our better players. But yeah, you speak on Casemiro, my friend.
Yeah, finally. He's back. Timed tackles was what I was so impressed with, because there were times when, the opposition players had the ball and were scrambling back, and I'm worried. And he made some really important interceptions. the tackles were timed to a T.
Yep.
So he wasn't fouling people or anything,
No.
And then it was the vision. Then he was, a lot of times, like a lot of our players, Anthony and Rashford are guilty of this. They don't look up. They're not lifting their heads.
No.
Casemiro, his head he was scanning the whole time.
On a
Who's behind
swivel.
him? Yeah, who's behind him? Who's next to him? He's spotting the run. He's playing it in. But yeah, just someone to just calm the nerves at the back, and he did really well. And the goal was not an easy goal at all.
No,
Like,
definitely not.
you do things like that, but the main thing is you have to keep those balls on target, and
Yep.
that's all he needed to do. Because that kind of ball, like the keeper has no idea where it's going.
No.
So the best, yeah, he has no idea, especially when your back is turned that way. You know, so
Yep.
the best thing to do is just try and get it on target as much as you can. And the keeper was just he was going to be second best, the whole time. So I'm really pleased with the goal. I also think Nick and I have spoken about this, and I think you were on the call as well. Like, I think like the cards that he had, I think it kind of affected him mentally as well because he was
I
pulling
think
out
so.
the tackles, yeah. And it's just good to see him play with freedom today, and I was really, really happy about it. And we just needed one thing we've really lacked, especially since we lost those two games, was just I felt that we lacked that leadership,
Yeah.
a little. We lost it a little bit, and he kind of came back on it, and yeah, I just love to see what he was doing today, and yeah, we had some calmness, some leadership, and yeah, it was great to see him back again. I just keep your head calm. Let's just get a point, right?
Yeah.
I'm not asking for much, right?
Yeah.
Just don't lose to
Yeah.
Chelsea
And then we're good.
and we're good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I agree with everything you said. Again, he like you said, he didn't rush into any tackles. There was no like hastiness in his tackling, which I've seen the last couple of weeks. He's been like proper. Oh, I need to get a boot in here. I need to get something on it, and then he'll just rush it and smash the player, get a buck in, and then it's just like, oh, for fuck's sake, don't need another suspension from Casemiro, for the love of Christ. So I'm glad he's put performance out there and he's back on track to being one of our best players. I do want to touch on our centre backs in particular because I thought they were excellent. But I'm just going to read a couple of comments. Hashtag Dallo, if you put all away all emotions, Eriksen needs to hit top form quickly. Palestri starts for Anthony, Garnacho for Sancho, and try a centre forward for the reserves team because neither Vout or Martial is it. Mate, we haven't got anybody. There's nobody in reserves. The only guy we had was Charlie McNeil, and he's on loan at is it Newport? Has he gone to? Who did he go to? He went to somewhere anyway. He was the only striker we have from reserve. We don't have anybody else. Rashford's the only guy, and he had a stomach bug. So
Where's Joe Hugo?
I'm not sure. Did he go on loan or is he in? Is he in the reserves?
Yeah, maybe he went on loan.
Maybe. But yeah, we haven't got anyone. So like, there is nobody else. That's the point. There is nobody else. It's Weghorst or Martial or Rashford. Rashford was out with a stomach ache. Weghorst, what do you say about Weghorst? Honest to God, and Martial isn't doing it. Like, so that's our choices. That's why we're in the position we're in. Shah Sam, who's a Real Reds Ultra. If you're interested in joining the Real Reds Ultra form, please do click the button join. It's £3 or £4 a month. Helps us run the channel. Helps us get special guests on. All the good stuff. You get exclusive content. Badge next to your name. And you get a chance to be on the show. So yeah, go and join that. Shah Sam, positive thing is he's getting in form on time. We'll need him for the final. Exactly. I think he's referring to Casemiro there. So yeah, good point. I wanted to touch on the centre-backs. I thought Varane and Lindelof were really, really good today. I thought some excellent defensive displays, got their heads on things that when they needed to, made some important blocks. Varane was looking like he was up for it, some good movements forward. He seemed to be one that was going forward with the ball, and Lindelof seemed to be one that was staying back. Some good passing and stuff like that. I thought they were really, really excellent. I think Casemiro was probably a step just above them, but I thought they were right behind him in terms of one of our better performers. And again, our defenders are stepping up to the plate week after week after week, and our attackers just aren't. Like, they're not doing their jobs, whereas our defenders are doing their fucking jobs. Just your thoughts on you can touch on the whole centre or the whole defensive line if you want, but thoughts on centre backs.
Bro, like I said it a few times in recent games. Our defense is amazing. It's solid. Yep. Like, if you look at the game against West Ham and the game against Brighton, those were like individual errors that led to those two goals. Like David De Gea, like the defense couldn't do anything about that. And And of course, the handball, like it happens with Luke Shaw with the penalty, like it happens. But apart from that, our defense has, I think we've kept what, 16, 17 clean
17.
sheets now.
17.
Yeah. Yeah. So statistically, I think we have the best defense in the league at the moment. That's
Yep.
statistically in terms of goals conceded, or clean sheets, I think. Not goals conceded, sorry. In terms of clean sheets. Lindelof, what? I mean, bro, Arsenal lost one of their
Saliba,
central
yeah.
defenders, Saliba, and went to shit,
Falling apart, yeah.
fell apart.
We
We've
lost
lost
two.
two, and Lindelof. Today, when I was watching the game, I remember saying to myself, like, I gave Luke Shaw grief for years
I
and
did.
years.
I was the same. I was the same.
I gave him grief. I was like, this guy is a baby.
He
He's
switches
a kid.
off. It doesn't get back. Yeah.
No concentration. He's a weak guy. Like, get him out.
Yep. I was the
Man,
same.
bro. He's made me eat my words. Like, he's a man. Like, he's a mature player now.
Yep.
Like, I can't even put it into words. But anyway, the only thing I disagree with you is that you said Casemiro was kind of like on a higher level than them. I think they were really on point because you never really saw our defenders have to scramble too many
There's no
times. And
worry, was there? There was no panic.
no,
Worry.
there wasn't. And Varane, shout out to Varane as well. Like, he's been injured. You'd expect a shaky performance when he comes back out.
Two games in a row as well. He's played 2 games
He-
in a row.
Yeah, he's come in and he's carried on as if nothing ever happened. Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Dude, man. Like,
Bro,
if there's an award for comeback of the season, it goes to that guy.
It goes to him. They need to create an award for that because this guy was dead.
We were all like, in January, weren't we? Sell him, get him, he's fucking done. Yeah.
We didn't know what was going on with him before the World Cup. Like, the guy, he was literally a dead man walking. What a performance. Like, he's come back and he's improving offensively as well. And if you notice, all his drag backs, even before like this game, the past couple of games, when he goes to the byline, he always squares it back to the top of the box.
Yeah.
Expecting, because you've got lots of defenders crowded in. I've noticed that so many times now. And it's like he's understanding the runs because he did that for Bruno today as well. So he's like, offensively, he's forming a bond with the players. And a couple of times you see him in the box now a few more times than you'd normally see him before, because back then he was just, defense. But he's influencing the attack. And you could just see confidence is a big thing in football. I just love the way he's built his confidence now. Back into the games. And yeah, we really don't have to rush for right back as far as I'm concerned. I mean, there's a lot more pressing. Right back was probably one of the pressing positions that we needed to replace. But for now,
centre back has to be centre back, doesn't it? Buy a centre back. Don't need a right back. Buy a centre back.
So I know Inter Milan were interested in Victor Lindelof.
Yeah. Oh no, we got to keep him. Keep him.
We have to keep him. Yeah. So yeah, defense. I'm so happy. I mean, we just need to get the attack going, and we're good. We're good because it's just small margins. I mean, just imagine if we're able to just hold on to the draws at West Ham and Brighton.
Well, we would have done if it weren't for David De Gea's mistake at West Ham. Probably would have got a draw, and if it weren't for Luke Shaw's handball, probably would have been a draw.
Another draw. Yeah, that's it. I'm not even saying win. But because we're speaking about the defense now, I mean, if we held on to that, top 4 would have been done. Yeah. Easy.
No panic.
That's
an
additional 2 points. Easy. Done. But yeah, shout out to the defense. I'm so pleased that we're finally looking organized at the back. And we just need to sort ourselves out going forward. It's Ten Hag's first season, so obviously, if you think about where we were at this point last season, I mean, the way it ended on a whimper, like,
oh Jesus Christ, that last couple of games under Ragnick was horrible.
So I'm really pleased.
There's a couple of sort of things with your mic while you were talking. Just have a look at that.
Sorry.
Well, no, it's all right. Like, if you sort that out, well, I'll just go on to the next point. David De Gea, he's come in for a lot of criticism for the past couple of weeks. So, for the most part, quite rightly. Mistakes against Sevilla, mistakes against West Ham. Is there another one I'm missing? Did he make another one?
Well, his distribution.
Well, yeah, we've said the distribution is always the fuck. I'm sick of talking about it, to be honest. No, like you with player ratings. I'm just sick of talking about David
Yeah.
Days. I don't care. But in the clutch today, very important saves, kept us in the game, and it's the same thing, isn't it? Every week, it's just like important saves, and then distribution's poor, and it's just like after watching David Raya today, with you see the massive saves he made against
Watch it
Spurs.
now.
Yeah, two fantastic like in the last minute saves he did. I'm starting to think that might be the guy. It's a free
Well,
as
that's
well on a free.
free. Yeah. What a bargain! Like,
Yeah,
because now I mean, if we're going to be making like wholesale changes, we need to be looking for deals. We need to
sure.
be thinking smart as well. And that is the deal that we must absolutely try and. I don't really know much about his distribution or how good he is with his
It's
feet.
got to be better than David De Gea on it. It has
But I
to
mean,
be. Has to
but yeah,
be.
yeah, it's definitely. I'm sure it's better, but like, um, we need someone that's really good with that as well, just to help us. Like,
Yeah,
but De Gea came through for us today. Came through clutch. I think the biggest criticism that I have of De Gea is just consistency. Just be consistent.
yeah.
That's all I need from you. Like, you know. Um, but yeah, shout out to him. I mean, he owed us this. I mean,
Oh,
he
definitely.
owed us this, and I'm glad he came through. When Kiefer Moore was in, my heart was like,
And you
but he
might.
stayed calm. Yeah, he just stayed big,
Yeah.
stayed calm, didn't commit, and yeah, just left it up to the striker. Well, all right, have a go, and because you could see that he was waiting. He waited
Waiting for
that
him to go either
extra
way,
second.
wasn't he? Yeah.
Just that 1 second, and he didn't commit, and so he came through for us today. He saved us a vital, 3 points.
Yeah, no, I agree. We've spoken on the attack, spoken on midfield defence. Looking ahead now, we've got Chelsea on Thursday, who are terrible, to be honest, aren't they? They are absolutely just in the pits. They're at home. We should be able to wrap up top four on Thursday, theoretically. Like, it might be famous last words from me. But Chelsea are in bad form. We've got fantastic home form. I think if we could just get one goal against Chelsea, we could probably win this game, and it's done. And it's game over. Are you confident now? Now we've got that win under our belts against Bournemouth and with Liverpool drawing. Are you confident now going into Thursday that win or draw, we've got Champions League and we're wrapped up and we're done?
I'm a little bit more confident, but I'm scared to death of Chelsea, man.
Of Frank,
No, not Frank. Just the name Chelsea. Like, we
right?
always. I know we've got a good home record against them. I was there last season when they came and we drew 1-1. I was in Stratford then when Ronaldo scored that last
Oh yeah,
equalizer, I think. So I'm happy that it's Frank Lampard now because, but well, here's the biggest thing for me. Like, Frank Lampard against Eric Ten Hag. Like, I
no
know that
contest, no contest.
our manager is way more, but then they've got individual players
Sure.
that can do damage, and for some reason, like, that game just haunts me. I've been thinking about that game. Like, I haven't been thinking about the Bournemouth game.
Yeah,
It's just the Chelsea game because
sure.
when we face Chelsea, they'll be coming off supposedly, absolute spanking by Man City. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah,
yeah, City, yeah, they're facing Man City, and they're probably gonna get like pummeled, and then they'll come to us, and then that's when they'll try and gain some sort of try and just gain some respect. But I hope we get the early goal, and all we need is just not to lose. I don't care if we don't win, right? I just want a result in that game, and for some reason the game just haunts me. I don't know why.
yeah. I think if we get two against Chelsea, I think it's game over. I don't think they come. I don't think they have
What?
the
Two
metal. Or
goals
yeah, I think it's done. Like,
from where? Are we gonna get Rashford back?
well, he's got stomach upset, so I assume it's not going to keep him out for a week. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I assume he'll be
Because
back because he was training.
yeah,
So
because asking for 2 goals
I
from
know it's
Manchester
a lot.
United right now,
I know it's a
yeah,
lot.
that's a big ask.
I know. I know.
That's
I
a
know.
tall order, man. I'm telling you, like, I remember the other game I was watching. I was telling Nick, I was like, bro, where the goal's gonna come from? Like, who is going to?
No, it's,
Who?
Nick's made it. I think Nick's made a prediction on the preview. I think he might have been a little tongue in cheek, but he said 4-1. I was just going, from who?
Who?
Who scored? It's like no one's doing 4 goals, mate. It's not happening. It's not happening. Like
Yeah,
Jesus
exactly. Like,
Christ.
yeah, who's good? Like, who? 2 goals, man. Me. That's. I mean, to be fair, like, we're due a penalty now.
Oh
Refs.
fucking hell, man. That's
These refs
sickening.
need to, like, yeah, we need like a penalty, a handball. VAR not to work that day. Something to
Yeah.
happen to
Don't
VAR.
draw
And
the
then,
lines. Like don't draw the
yeah,
lines or something.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
God.
It's
Yeah, but I
it,
think realistically, I think it's pretty much. I'm one of those people that I'm never celebrating until it's done. So
it's not over till the fat lady sings.
yeah, it's not over. Yeah, it's not over to the BBW things, man. It's not over to that. So just a draw, and I think we should be okay with top four.
Yeah.
So,
Shah Sam's in the chat. We should be able to beat Chelsea easily. They're trash and we're at home. I agree,
yeah.
Sam. I think we'll be all right. I think we'll get the job done. Well, again, two
I believe
goals.
you. I believe you, Shah. Yeah, and I'm gonna tap into your positivity.
Yeah, yeah. 2 goals.
Yeah.
Probably I'm asking for too much there, aren't I? But yeah. So United are. I think we are 2 points ahead of Liverpool, but we've still got a game in hand.
Three.
I believe 3. Sorry.
3 points. Yeah.
And we've still got a game in hand. Obviously,
Yeah.
we play Chelsea on Thursday, and then we play Fulham on Sunday on the final game of the season. So it is in our hands still. Like the win, we got the win. That's the important thing. We've got 3 points. That's the important thing. Performance, especially up front, left a lot to be desired. Yeah, so I want to touch on the last thing before we wrap up. I won't make you do player ratings because
Thank you.
I know you're not a fan.
Sorry if you can hear like the kids
So,
or something.
so is there a kid running about your house?
Yeah, it's just outside. I've got the
Oh,
window
it's outside.
open.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, it's so hot, and I've got the
Yeah,
window.
no, it's all good. Yeah, that's the one thing I like to touch on. We're going into the summer now. Well, I wasn't on the show, but Jay Marty was on the show on Thursday. If you haven't watched that, by the way, go check it out. Really good show, really enjoyable. Jay was talking about the takeover and all that sort of stuff. We've not had your thoughts on it since. There's a lot of stuff going around saying it's not going to be done before the FA Cup final, which is June 2nd, which basically our transfer window now is looking like a second memory at this point because we're not going to be able to. Ten Hag can't plan, he can't make purchases, he can't work out who he's going to get or who you can afford, all that sort of stuff. Are you worried now? Are you worried with Ten Hag in place that next season's already off to a bad start because of the whole ownership situation that's going on around us?
I've always been skeptical about reports in the media regarding the transfers.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And the media kind of control the mood of what's going on with the sale of the club. So, for example, they said Sir Jim was ahead, and it looked like it was going to be done, and then it must have been 48 hours later. It was like the Qataris have come through and this and that.
Yeah.
In regards to reports about whether or not it's going to be done, I can't trust the media at all. What I'm holding on to is that I know that once an agreement has been made, things will escalate really quickly and move really quickly. So it's not about the full sale happening. It's just for an agreement to be made.
I just want Ten Hag to be able to plan. That's what I want. I don't give a shit whether the Qataris get the keys now or in August. If Ten Hag knows how much money he's got and what he can buy and the plan, that's what I want.
I'm not worried about that. I think I just have a feeling that it's not just going to drag and then we're just going to be. This is just me saying this personally because I choose not to believe what we're hearing in the media because some of the most reliable sources have told us something and it's really not that, and they kind of just control the narrative, and I don't think they have a full grasp of what's going on. Both camps, including the Glazers as well, have kept it really, really quiet and really, really sealed, kept their lips sealed. So we're not really hearing too much going on, and whenever there's something going on and we're not hearing anything about it, a lot of speculation then builds. And then whatever you hear, it kind of feeds into the frustration of United fans just wanting this thing to be done and dusted and everything. So I'm trying not to let it really get to me. I know that I'm just waiting for them to choose. Just once there's an agreement with one of the parties,
Yeah.
then things will happen quickly. They'll already be placed because I'm sure both of them already have plans that once either have been agreed, whether it's Ratcliffe or Qataris, um, either of the camps have already made plans to make things move quickly. So I'll appeal to whoever's watching or fans or everything. Just don't take everything you hear in the media for sure. Like
Oh, definitely
things
not.
are things are happening behind the scenes, and we will have our owners, our new owners. And I think it's not going to be something where, I don't think it's going to be. It's just going to. It will come out of the blue, literally.
Okay, it'll be like a random Thursday
Yeah,
at like 3 o'clock, won't it? We'll all just be at work, and then it'll just be.
it'll
You're like,
just
what the?
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. It'll come out of the blue. But another thing, just to add on that, is that these things never happen. They don't just happen like that. This
No.
is Manchester United. This is probably a record sale
Biggest football deal of all time, isn't it?
sports deal, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a record-breaking thing. So it's not one of those things where it just happens. Like they would have to. It's going to take days and days and days of like. It's not just a simple signature on a contract because there's so many things to consider.
Yeah.
Look at all the sponsors we have, all the logistics we have to do yeah, it will take a lot, and there's billions of pounds involved, billions.
Yeah.
And everybody's coming with a war chest, everyone's coming with a bank behind them. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, so just stay calm. It's not going to happen overnight, and yeah, I don't believe what anyone says, man. Things are going to happen, and we'll know when we know.
Sure. Chivy, as always, the voice of reason, calmness, and serenity, coming in at the end. Whereas
Serenity.
other people on the group chat are losing their fucking minds at this point. But that is a discussion for another day. Thank you for joining me, Chivy. Appreciate it, mate. I know Nick was supposed to be on, but he's had something to attend to, so I've had to step in and do a presenting job very badly. But I appreciate you coming on with us, mate.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Thanks for joining us as well.
Appreciate you. If you're new to the channel, if you're watching this on the VOD or you're watching it live and you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. We're on the way to 2,000 subscribers. I think we're on 179 something, so we're not that far away. So let's get to 2K as quickly as possible. Maybe before the end of the season. That'd be great. We will be live tomorrow. I think there's a Sunday morning social show. I believe that's normally Shreyas and Nick, so keep an eye out for that. And then this week we'll obviously have the Chelsea preview and the Chelsea review and the watch along, so keep an eye out on that. And then there'll be a couple of other shows dotted around. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Check us out on the socials. They're below me there. TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. All your latest news, graphics, videos, clips of the shows, all that good stuff. And send us a message on TikTok. Drop us a comment on any of those as well. Always happy to interact with people and have a chat about United or football. Jimmy,
OnlyFans.
there you go. Yeah, that's coming in the summer. Hot boy summer. Hot boy summer for Real Reds. Real Reds OnlyFans.
Hot Red Summer.
Yeah, that's what we call it. That's what we call it. Hot Red Summer. But yeah, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll speak to you tomorrow. Peace.
Safe, guys.